Hey there, Janae with Palin Projects here, and in this video we're going to talk about my Grow Light indoor seed starting setup. So technically speaking, I have two this year. We are going to migrate my setup to something different than what I've used in years past. I guess technically speaking I have three, because we have tried out a couple different ways. I really like the smaller setup that Justin, my husband, built for me, oh gosh, 5 years ago. I can fit just about 3 seed starting trays on each level, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4-ish levels if you want to count putting seeds on the bottom or on the ground. So technically I have 3 shelves, but I could use the ground as a shelf, technically speaking. And then so he built me this one out of 1x3s, I think. He just pocket holed them and made me a whole bunch of shelves, 3 shelves, and I store a lot of my gardening and seed starting stuff, my fertilizers, my dirt goes underneath. That's why I don't necessarily use the floor as a seed starting area. What else do I have on there? My seeds sit up top so that they don't get a whole bunch of light, and then just any extra things that I have all go on the shelving unit. This year we have decided to change things up. So last year I used this seed starting shelving unit, plus I used a 2x4 contraption. It spanned actually this whole entire wall. There's a closet like right on the other side of this shelving unit, and it took like full 2x4s. You could do 4 2x4s on each shelf, and I think we did I think we did 3 shelves last year and the year before, and that worked really well. It's just that is a huge setup to only have basically like 2 shelves to use for seed starting, and then it was really bulky behind me, and it wasn't permanent, so we actually moved that setup out to the barn. I'll take you out there and show you kind of what we did with that. We're using it as shelving out there, so I can't use it this year. So I needed something a little bit different. I don't plan on starting a massive amount of seeds. I say that now, and I probably will. So this setup that I have right here probably would have been enough. But the other thing that I got this year were grow lights, like legitimate grow lights, not LED shop lights or anything like that, which if you're using those, by all means, I mean, I've used that for the last 5 years and I haven't had an issue. These are just a little bit more fitted into racks and are easily moved up and down, which my shop lights aren't. I know you can get them where they are easily moved. Mine are pretty stationary. They have clips and you just clip them into the shelving unit, and they're pretty stationary. So I have to physically like move my seeds or my seed starting trays up and down in order for them to get the desired light that they need, rather than just moving the light. Is what it is. Also, this new setup is going to have more shelves and more storage space, which in return will make it easier on me. And then the other thing that I'm looking forward to is it's going to have wheels. So instead of me having to, which I mean, I got my steps in, but instead of me having to take one individual seed tray out to harden off my seeds every, one at a time outside every morning, and I had 3, 6, 9. Gosh, 2 years ago, I don't even know how many. I had so many seed starting trays. But if you can imagine making all of those trips out one by one, it was a lot of work. And so this new setup has wheels, and that's what I'm very much looking forward to, is just being able to basically like wheel my seeds in and out. The grow lights we got on sale, so that's something else that I kind of wanted to talk to you all about, is making, kind of making a list of things that you need and then watching for them to go on sale. A lot of these items that I get are after the season has ended, when things are 50, 75, or 90% off. And I can save them until the next year and it's perfectly fine. It's not a perishable item like the seed starting trays or the domes, or, soil is a little iffy, but I mean, it's still okay. Seeds, same thing, they're still okay. Nothing, and maybe fertilizer kind of goes bad. But like I said before, I don't use a ton of fertilizer. And so a lot of the stuff that my seed holders that I have, all of the stuff that I have basically I get on sale. The timers for my lights I buy after Christmas. If I need any like zip strips or anything like that, extension cords, I buy those after Christmas. Everything that I buy typically is on sale because I make a list of everything that I need, and then I wait for the season to end, and then I go in and just pick up what I need and save it for the next year. It's a huge money saving tactic that I've always used. Now, obviously, there's going to be those elements that I forget, or, I couldn't get my hands on at the end of the year, or, this, that, or the other thing. And those I'll probably have to pay full price, or, I try and find a coupon, or, just something to make the cost a little bit cheaper for us. But I always try and get a deal for my seed starting equipment, seeds, everything like that. A lot of the times in the fall, there's a massive sale from seed companies because they can't carry the seeds over into the next year. Doesn't mean the seeds are bad, it's just they can't carry them per government regulations over into the next year. So guess what? You get a massive discount. And that's honestly how I save money and how I can justify not only the health benefits and just the nutritional value, but how I justify starting and buying the equipment that I need in order to start seeds. So, but anywho, what I wanted to share with you guys is how I got my grow lights. So Justin ran to Home Depot one day he was looking for some wood for a project or something, and came across these grow lights, and they averaged between $50 and $80 per set, depending on which grow light you got, and we got them for pretty much $5. Something that I couldn't pass up, honestly. Not that my setup is terrible, like I've talked to you guys about, but it was just something that it is probably going to make my life a little bit easier, and it'll give me a chance to try them out and see how they work and see if I like them. If I don't, I'm sure I can give them away to family or friends that are doing seed starting as well, benefit someone else and see if they like them, or use them as like backups. I mean, the options are pretty much unlimited when you're buying grow lights, like high quality grow lights for like $5 to $10. I don't think we spent more than $15 on any light, and honestly I don't think we spent more than $10 on any of the light setups. So which, I mean, that's pretty cool. It is kind of annoying because the grow lights are purple, but I'll live with it. We'll put a sheet up or something to block the purple light, or I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll just get used to it probably. I just couldn't pass up the deal and to see if it really makes a difference to have like specific grow lights or just use shop lights. So the other thing is the wire rolling cart that I'm going to be using. It's from Costco. We did get that on sale as well. I think they're regularly like $120 or $130. They were like $90 or something like that. And so, a little bit more cost there, but the time and just the sheer, like, I don't know, effort saving that those wheels are going to save me, it was worth it in my eyes to be able to just roll it in and out of the house, because that's ultimately what I wanted to end up doing in the end. So, but I thought I would give you an update on the seedlings. First of all, the seedlings that I planted, 2-3 weeks ago, and then the chicken fodder, that's up and growing wonderfully. I hope you guys are excited to see that. Show you an example of my my old, I guess, setup, and then we can run out to the barn and I'll show you the 2x4 setup, which was great, but it was just, like I said, too bulky, couldn't move, and we had to take it down every season, which wasn't great. And that one was a little spendy because it did require a lot of 2x4s. So, and then I will show you my setup and the grow lights that I'm going to be using for this year. So let's go and check things out. So there's my seedlings. They're looking good. These front ones are looking a little leggy, and honestly, I need to probably get the lettuces out, the lettuce and kale out, and into a bigger growing part. The herbs are looking good. They're kind of slow growing. I'm not the best basil grower, to be honest, so the basil back there is looking a little funny. My rosemary hasn't come up, so I'm kind of wondering if my rosemary is bad seed, because even last year I didn't get great germination rate, but everything's looking good there. And then here's my chicken fodder. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I love feeling it because it's it feels like grass, but it's, you know, a little stiffer. The chickens are gonna love this though. I'm so excited. And I had fairly good germination rate too. I mean, look at all of that. For being almost 5 years old for seed, look at that germination rate. I mean, isn't that awesome? Really cool. But looking at this, that is nothing. That's for a backdrop. But you can see these are the shop lights that I've been using. There's two different kinds. This one back here is a little bit higher powered than this one, but they both work great. And then you can see, I think, hopefully, if I can lighten the screen for you. There we go. You can see how they clip in here. And they're not really movable, so. But this is the setup. So my seeds are up there with the soil blocker and some timers, and then I have some pest control, and then, yeah, Justin just made pocket holes right here and did the 1x3s for this setup. So you can see I have my plastic cups up to kind of raise my seeds up so they're a little bit closer to the light and they don't get as leggy. But yeah, there's a couple different levels to this, and then it goes down to the ground. So that's my first original setup. Okay, it's a little dirty in here, and you can tell we're storing a lot of stuff between like kids stuff, gardening, Jeep stuff. But this is kind of the setup for the 2x4s. So you can see there's 4 2x4s. We did use all 4 of them, and then there's like these brackets that connect to make the shelving units. I didn't have this many in the house. We added more when we brought it out here. I only had 2, so I only had like this one and that one in the house, and then it wasn't as far apart. It was still like only this distance apart, but this was my setup for 2 years, I think. So it did well. It's really bulky. And this is going to be my setup this year. So there's the wheels, and then there are 5 shelves. So there's the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll use the top one as storage. And then you can see we kind of started putting the grow lights up as well. These are the ones that we got. This is not what we paid for them. They were not $40. They were originally almost $55. You can see back here, this one was almost $60. And I think that was the same for these guys as well. And we got them for like $5. So that was a pretty good steal. We'll probably put 2 of these smaller ones on each side. So there'll be 4 of these on each level, 2 of these big ones on each level there. So I won't have probably enough to do the full 5 shelves. But it will be interesting to see if I do have shop lights on the bottom, because I think I could do 4 shop lights on the bottom and have enough light for one of the shelves to see if there's a difference between the shop light seedlings and the grow light seedlings. So I'm kind of excited for that. These hook in, ooh, Shelby voicing her contentment. These do have hooks as well, so I don't have to like screw or fasten anything to the wires. So here they are. They come out nicely, and you can lower and raise the grow lights as needed. So that's my setup for this year. I'm really excited for it. I'm looking forward to having enough space, enough grow lights, just enough light, and being able to move my seedlings as necessary as well. So positives there. If you have any questions or any words of wisdom as well that you think anyone watching this would like, please put a comment below, and we'll see you in the next project. Thanks everyone. Bye.